Coming up on Eagle Angle, tryouts for the Homecoming Musical.
A water crisis in Mississippi.
And the Oklahoma men's Christian team is 2-0.
All this and more coming right up on Eagle Angle.
Hello, and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast live from Oklahoma Christian University. I'm Joe Luckett.
I'm Hannah Stover.
The name of this year's homecoming production is Lerner and Lowe's Brigadoon. Auditions have been scheduled for Saturday, September 10th. Callbacks will be from 4 to 8 p.m. on September 11th. All Oklahoma Christian students are eligible. Students interested can pick up materials and instructions at the music office window in Garvey Center. Rehearsals will start on September 12th and will be Monday through Friday from 7 to 10:30 p.m. until homecoming weekend. If you have any questions, email kyle.pullen@oc.edu.
More than 150,000 people in Jackson, Mississippi are on the hunt for drinkable water as their city's main water treatment facility failed this week. A combination of years of issues and days of record rains now has the city under a state emergency and thousands of National Guard members moving in to help. Isabel Rosales has more from Mississippi.
Worries about what could have been record flooding Monday went away.
We are just so glad, like I said, our prayers have been answered.
Fears of too much water turned to the reality of too little safe running water as Jackson's biggest water facility failed.
A far too small number of heroic frontline workers were trying their hardest to hold the system together, but that it was a near impossibility.
Mississippi's governor says there's no guarantee there's enough running water to fight fires or flush toilets, and that what water there is unsafe for Jackson residents to drink or even use to brush their teeth.
It's very frustrating to have to fight for some water. You know what I'm saying? You got to mess around, buy 5 cases of water just to stay hydrated.
It's just something that's an ongoing problem that needs to be corrected, and we're hoping they're heading in the right direction.
The state's emergency management agency says more than 4,000 National Guard members, including some trained to distribute water after hurricanes, will assist with the heavy lift of getting water to Jackson.
What I have been lifting up for the better part of 2 years is that it's not a matter of if our systems will fail, but when these systems will fail.
Jackson's mayor says immediate water problems could continue for days, but long-term fixes could take years. In Jackson, Mississippi, I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
The deadline for chapel reduction requests is coming soon. Any student that needs to request a chapel reduction for the fall semester will need to request one by Monday, September 5th, 2022. If you have any questions, email them to spirituallife@oc.edu.
An 8-year-old Michigan boy is seriously injured by a downed power line. The incident happened Tuesday as several children walked through in an area with damaged lines. Simon Chiquette has the story.
Police say outside McKinley Elementary at Topher and Sharrow just after 9 a.m. Several children walked through a blocked-off area where a damaged power line hung several feet from the ground. A witness recalls what he saw, telling us an 8-year-old boy lifted the line so his younger brother could walk through.
His hands caught on fire. Warren police showed up and took control of the situation.
There were severe burns.
Police already in the area for an unrelated call saw the 8-year-old clinging to a live wire. Warren Police Commissioner Bill Dwyer says they pulled him and his 10-year-old brother, who was trying to help, off the wire and immediately rushed them to the hospital. The 10-year-old is not seriously hurt, but still being evaluated. Also, 2 heroic officers being checked out after they too came in contact with the power line.
They didn't stop there. They didn't wait for EMS. They didn't wait for anybody. They immediately put that 8-year-old in their car and immediately, with lights and siren going, took that 8-year-old along with the 10-year-old brother to Detroit Maross.
Police say the 2 boys were mistakenly dropped off by a grandmother, unaware school was closed due to a power outage. A mother passing by later sending prayers to the 8-year-old's family.
Like I said, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, I wouldn't know what to think.
Sunday, September 11th, See Now will be presenting Unite OKC, a free worship concert at Scissortail Park. The concert will start at 5 p.m. and go on until 7 p.m. There will be food trucks opening at 4:30.
September 3rd is National Cinema Day, and this weekend theaters across the U.S. are lowering ticket prices to $3 a ticket. Some of the participating theaters in Oklahoma City area include Fix Brew House, AMC Quail Springs, Cinema Tinseltown, and Harkins Bricktown. To see the full list of participating theaters, visit nationalcinemaday.org.
A jury has been selected for the trial of the first of 3 people tied to Seminole County's alleged ghost candidate scheme. There's nothing illegal about having a ghost candidate, But the chairman of the Seminole County Republican Party, Benjamin Paris, is accused of making an illegal campaign contribution to the alleged spoiler candidate. Mike DeForest has the details.
Called his cousin Stephen Smith.
Benjamin Paris arrived in court for jury selection as prosecutors began the first trial related to Seminole County's so-called ghost candidate scandal. That alleged spoiler candidate, Justine Iannotti, is expected to testify that she was recruited to run for the District 9 Florida Senate seat by Paris. At the time, Paris was working at the Seminole County Chamber of Commerce. His boss there just happened to be Jason Broder, the incumbent state senator. Broder is not accused of any crimes and has denied knowledge of the ghost candidate scheme. As you can see from the November 2020 election results, Broder won that Senate seat by a slim margin over his Democratic opponent, Patricia Sigmund. Many believe Iannotti, who ran as an independent, siphoned votes away from Sigmund, but not enough to change the outcome of the race.
Perhaps that's a good place to start.
Even if Paris did recruit the ghost candidate to run against his former boss, that's not a crime. The crime Paris committed, according to prosecutors, was donating $200 to Iannotti's campaign under his cousin's name instead of his own name. Paris's cousin, who denies giving money to Iannotti, has been subpoenaed as a witness. Paris has pleaded not guilty to that misdemeanor charge, which carries a maximum penalty of a year in jail or a $1,000 fine. Iannotti and political consultant James Eric Fogelsong have both been charged with felonies. Both have pleaded not guilty.
Artemis is going to try number 2. NASA will try again Saturday to launch the inaugural flight in the Artemis mission.
It was first planned for Monday morning, but had to be scrubbed when the team had trouble cooling one of the rocket's 4 engines. Engineers have now made some changes to the propellant loading procedure and are ready to try again.
This first flight is an unmanned mission to test NASA's newest space system, which is slated to land another astronaut on the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. It will be the first time the agency has used its Space Launch System Heavy rocket.
That rocket has been in development for more than a decade. It's intended to replace the Space Shuttle as NASA's primary space exploration craft, though it can go much further into space.
Police in Memphis, Tennessee had to shut down part of the interstate on Tuesday when a big rig hauling Alfredo sauce was crashed into a wall. The crash sent jars of the creamy white sauce crashing down onto the roadway. It happened on the Interstate 55 during the afternoon rush hour. Authorities shut down the northbound side of the highway and road crews worked to clean up the mess. Southbound traffic was cut down to 1 lane. 1 woman was hospitalized in non-critical condition.
12-year-old Easton Oliverson returned home to Utah on Tuesday, 2 weeks after falling from a bunk bed at the Little League World Series dormitories in Pennsylvania. The fall left him with a skull fracture and required him to be airlifted to a hospital for critical surgery. Since the incident, Easton has made great strides in his recovery, including emerging from a medically induced coma, eating without a feeding tube. Upon arrival in Utah, Easton has taken to Primary Children's Hospital to continue his recovery. Emily Tenser reports.
It's the long-awaited plane ride back home to Utah. And 12-year-old Easton Oliverson is just another step closer to defying all odds.
It was a scary road. There was a time period where we didn't think he was going to be around.
But the Little League baseball player from Washington County proved doctors wrong.
He fell asleep on me.
Miracle after miracle, blessing after blessing. After MRIs and CT scans, things looked great.
Easton settled into Primary Children's Hospital Tuesday afternoon, where he'll continue to focus on recovery.
It's discouraging, but at the end of the day, we're just staying positive with him and just reminding him that, hey, you're here with us, we love you, we're here to support you, and we're going to get you back to where you were.
His dad, Jace Oliverson, believes all the community's support and prayers have been the driving force to his son's survival.
After being able to witness so many miracles, like hour after hour, and all the blessings, that there's no other way to describe it other than divine intervention, and that our Heavenly Father and our Savior had total and complete control.
Even Easton released a video Tuesday thanking everyone who's been cheering him on.
Please keep praying for me as I continue to get better. I know the prayers and blessings have worked, and that Heavenly Father is blessing me.
Rush is ending next week. and there are only a handful of events left before club induction night. Here are the Rush events coming up this weekend. Alpha will be helping out at Scissortail Park Saturday morning from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m., and Alpha interviews will be next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Kai is playing cards tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. The All-Club Devo will be starting at 6:30 p.m. this Friday night.
Tomorrow night, Delta is having Delta Game Day from 6 to 8 p.m. Delta interviews will be held next Monday. Gamma hosts the Kids' Choice Awards tomorrow night from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Gamma interviews is Saturday night from 7 to 9 p.m.
IOTA's Bippity Boppity Boo event is tomorrow night. IOTA Come Together is Friday, and IOTA Interviews is Saturday night. Tonight, Kappa is hosting Bug Ball at 8:30, and Kappa Cares Breakfast is Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Lambda is hosting volleyball and sandcastles tonight from 8:30 until 10 p.m. Lambda interviews will be from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Psi will host Arts and Raft tomorrow night from 7 to 9 p.m. Psi interviews is Saturday afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m. And Theta will be having family game night tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer with the address on the screen. We're going to take a quick break.
When we come back, we'll have Tyler Hale with the weather report.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
You care for the house, the kids, and our future. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's save a little more now so we can create the retirement we want. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need. Visit asiaretirement.org/Shiro.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
You.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm Tyler Hale here with your Eagle Angle weather report. So today's weather, it's 93 degrees right now. Feels like 97. So you might want to keep a hold of those t-shirts and shorts. Let's take a look at the weather around. So, most of central Oklahoma is going to be in the low 90s, while the western part's going to be in a little higher than the rest of it. But most of it is going to be in the eastern part's going to be in that high 80s. And now for tonight's temperatures. Tonight's going to be 70 degrees with a northeastern winds of 89 miles per hour with 20% humidity. So it's going to cool off quite a bit. And this is what our weekend will look like. Mostly going to be partly cloudy with a little bit of wind from the east to northeast. And finally, a 5-day forecast. Your week's going to look like in the high 80s for the majority of the week, with being in the high 60s, cooling off in those evening temperatures. Scattered storms are going to be throughout the week, save for Friday, which is going to be that partly cloudy. And that's all for your Eagle Angle Weather Report. When we come back, we'll have Kendra Snap in the Entertainment Corner to bring you the latest.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Nobody likes an awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome to the Entertainment Corner. The popular rapper Megan Thee Stallion has been announced to appear in Marvel's latest Disney Plus series, She-Hulk. The role she will play is currently unknown, but Stallion did comment, "I don't feel like I'm only going to be an actress. I feel like I'm also going to be a director and I'm also going to be a producer." Stallion has previously auditioned for other roles in Hollywood, such as the role of Mercedes in P-Valley. Everybody remembers the infamous slap that Chris Rock received from Will Smith at this past year's Oscars ceremony. In a recent interview, it was revealed that Rock has declined a sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey. As he put it, "You are not going to see me in any interviews crying my heart out about this." Rock also stated in the interview that he will not be the victim. In the interview, Rock has revealed that he has declined an offer to host other Oscar awards show. After 25 years of marriage, Sylvester Stallone and his wife filed for a divorce. From the reports that are available, it isn't a pretty one either. Diverse documents reveal that Flavin believes Stallone is hiding marital assets and as such has requested that the court instruct Stallone from selling, transferring, assigning, encumbering, or dissipating any assets during the pendency of proceedings. Stallone hasn't commented on the accusations, but has said, "I love my family. We are amicably and privately addressing these personal issues." Madonna's had her share of high-profile romances, but an accordion player, David Daniel explains in today's Hollywood Minute.
I was wondering if you were going to do a parody of my song, Like a Virgin.
I'm curious, is that song autobiographical?
Yes. Except for the fact that I've had a lot of sex.
The first full trailer for Weird, the Al Yankovic story, features Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna, Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento, and Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al, in a parody of both Yankovic's real life and music biopics. The film debuts on the Roku channel November 4th.
That's a big challenge.
Tessa Thompson is set to star in the sci-fi thriller Ash, as a woman who wakes up on a far-off planet to find the rest of her space station crew has been killed. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is signed on to play the man sent to rescue her. As they investigate what happened, each must decide how much to trust the other. Grammy-winning soprano Renee Fleming is bringing Opera and the City of Light to IMAX. The musical documentary Renee Fleming's Cities That Sing, Paris, puts the city's culture, art, food, and music on North America's biggest screens. An IMAX live event September 18th includes a conversation between Fleming and Kelsey Grammer, with the film also showing September 21st. Tickets are on sale now. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all for today's Entertainment Corner. Here's Gabe Waden, who has your Eagle Angle Sports Report.
Thanks, Kanisha. The Oklahoma Christian men's soccer team kicked their season off with back-to-back victories this past weekend. The Oklahoma Christian men started their weekend with a 7-1 win over the Newman Jets last Thursday, and a 4-2 home victory against the Eastern New Mexico Greyhounds this past Saturday. Tonight, the men's soccer team will be in Bolivar, Missouri, taking on the Southwest Baptist Bearcats. In a thrilling 4-game series this past weekend, the Oklahoma Christian women's volleyball team ended the series with a 3-1 win-loss record. They started the series off with a complete sweep against the Westminster Griffins. They also swept the women's volleyball team from the University of Illinois Springfield. But the Lady Eagles hit a snag Saturday afternoon with a loss against the Southwest Baptist Bearcats. But they were able to bounce back Saturday night after sweeping the Arkansas Tech with a 3-0 win. Now for your upcoming sports. The women's volleyball team is home this weekend, taking on Emporia State Friday night at 6 p.m. And then Saturday night at 7, they will play Central Oklahoma here at home. The Oklahoma Christian men's soccer team will play Southern Nazarene Saturday night at 7 p.m. And that is all for your Eagle Angle Sports Report. When we come back after the break, Joe and Hannah will be back with our feel-good story of the week.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them.
We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Some people like to slow down after retirement, but two friends are upping their game and are fixtures at a golf course in Fargo, North Dakota.
Their shot is well below the age, which is pretty good when you consider that one of them is 100 years old. Kevin Wellivan has the story.
What if I got pencils in here?
You have to get up before the birds to play golf with these two.
You're teeing off first because you won.
Max Olson is 92.
See, he's way down there and I'm way back there.
His slightly older golf partner, Wendell Johnson, is 100.
You see how nice he shoots?
You can find the two at Edgewood by 8 a.m. twice a week. And you know what? They both hit the ball well.
We've had quite some experiences over the years.
But they're known to rib each other when golfing under pressure.
Oh, Wendell.
Max was a barber in Fargo for 40 years. Wendell worked at the post office for 30.
Wendell has to make it now or otherwise he's in trouble. See? That's how I beat him. Okay, Wendell, you're up because you're the best player.
They didn't offer this information freely, but both men have served our country. Max in the Korean War, and 100-year-old Wendell. Well, he's a Purple Heart recipient, a Marine in World War II, Okinawa.
He's right down the middle. Yet.
These two have stories. It's a little hard at times for Max to get around, and so when he got the golf cart stuck in the mud this summer...
Well, I had to help him get out of there. The wheels were just spinning, so...
It was 100-year-old Wendell.
I had to help him.
To the rescue.
Pushed it out.
And sometimes it takes teamwork. The other day, Max was trying to hit out of the sand trap. He hit his ball out, but he couldn't get out. And so Wendell, who's 100, simply reached over and pulled Max out. Talk about aging gracefully and with style. These two golfers finished 9 holes at Edgewood.
We do it for the fun of it.
And it only cost Max a dime. Not bad for a Monday.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. To have fun and get out in the fresh air and move around.
A pretty good start to the week.
Can't win them all. Wendell got me on that one.
That's all for today. We'll see you back here next time to bring you the latest.
Thanks for tuning in to Eagle Angle, where it's your campus,
your news.
Good night.